Hello, my name is Bhagwan Chaudhary. I am a professor of finance at the Indian School of Business, ISB. I'm also a research professor at UCLA Anderson School. Today, I am speaking with Ashwani Rawat. Ashwani is a co-founder of Transerve. Ashwani, welcome to the show. And tell us what is Transerve?
So thanks, Prof. Very good morning to you and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And thank you for inviting me to your show. So Transerve, if I say, is a geospatial platform provider, and we have developed a platform which comes with a lot of loaded data and a layer of insight on top of it, which allows user to generate system generated insights without not much of human intervention. And then on top of it, a user can also modify and upload their own data set to do a more comprehensive analysis based on spatial data sets.
Okay, excellent. So I just want to mention that Transerve is a partner, is a technical partner for DIRI. DIRI is a digital identity research initiative at ISB that I'm heading. So Transerve is a partner there, and we are building a number of platforms, including one called India Pulse, where we'll be looking at data to generate insights. So watch out for the thing we are going to start on January 1 with insights from data. But today I want to talk to Ashwani about something completely different from what Transerve is doing. We were having dinner last evening at this iconic place in Punjab called Kokni Canteen. And Ashwani told me something which is remarkable. And that set off these ideas, and I thought we need to work on them and share with you. So, first, Ashwani, you told me that at Transerve, you hired a couple of people, a few people who come not from traditional backgrounds. Tell me more about them. What kind of people are these?
Yes. So I'll thanks, Prof. For giving this opportunity to me to talk to your audience about the social experiment. I should not say it was social experiment, but the experiment was done in order to find out the talent from those communities where we feel that because they're being marginalized are not exposed enough yet, and hence they do not have enough talent, which I personally disagree with it. So last year we decided to onboard a team of like 4 or 5 individuals, and we ended up in hiring 4 people, a boy and 3 girls belonging to marginalized community from the state of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. These young and bright individuals have been trained on software development in some of the latest technology stack by an organization called Nav Gurukul. So these guys, they do not have, I would not say they've gone to great schools. They have learned English on their own while they were doing that short-term course at Nav Gurukul. And they basically were exposed to this entire computer technology and the software technology. And we decided to hire all the 4 of them who applied for the job. And we gave them an environment out here with people who comes from a respectable background when it comes to when you measure it on a monetary scale. So and we spoke to these guys and we told them, here we give you a set of problems to work on in this company, but your objective is not to just work like an employee, but to create an example for all those people who were trained with you, so that next time onward you'll go as a brand ambassador for Transerve, and you will encourage more people to apply and come and work with us. So these guys, these 4 people, the boy and 3 girls, got so excited, and then they had their own aspirations, and I think the Transerve has given them a platform where they can dream and they can think big. And they're really excited, and they're working really hard to set an example for all those future batches who would come and get trained at Nav Gurukul.
Okay.
So it has
So,
worked out very well for us.
okay, awesome. So there are a couple of things, important things that came out in this my conversation with you. One is um, education doesn't need to happen in the traditional schools necessarily that we think about. I think Mark Twain famously said that don't let schooling come in the way of education. So the point here is that people can get education even in non-traditional environment as long as they have the right environment. And that's what you provided. You gave them access to work with other people and they picked up those skills. They've been with you for a year or so now. Is that right? And they're doing well. Okay.
Yes,
But
yes,
then that led to the second insight, which I think is what I want to focus on today. You told these folks, some of these folks, that your job is to get me, for each person, get me two more people like you.
yes,
Every
yes.
person goes and gets two more. So I'm calling our program, Ashwini, with your permission, I'm going to call this movement Teach Two. What you do is you take whatever you learn and you teach two other people.
People.
And in fact, you told some of these folks that your promotion depends on if you can find two more people who are just like you. Is that right?
Yes, yes. So, Prof, I mean, this is an exciting conversation. So, when the pandemic hit us, it taught us a lot of lessons. And one of them, major lesson, was the concept of virality that you were discussing over the dinner. So we tried an experiment on building our team here at Transerve with the same concept that you will get promoted, you will given a raise if you produce or if you prepare or if you nurture a talent better than you under you.
Yeah.
If you could nurture them and take them to a level where I should see them as a person better than you, then you will definitely be promoted and given a raise in the
Okay.
company.
I
So this.
Ashwini, I have to tell you, when I heard this, I was so excited. I think this is a fantastic idea. So,
Mm.
your promotion, your rise depends not only on what you learn, but if you're able to teach. And then,
Correct.
Ashwini, I came up with this idea maybe the right number is just two. Teach
Ex-
two. Because
Exactly.
even if 100% success is not achieved, even if we get more than 50% success, we learned from COVID, this rate of transmission of more than one. So we are calling it
Right.
R greater than one. And we know once R is greater than one will lead to two, two will lead to four. There will be some fall off, but as long as R is greater than one, this will increase. So we are calling it R greater than one, inspired by COVID, teach
Yes.
two.
True. Absolutely. I mean, I totally agree with this idea of yours, and I must appreciate it. And it has given me a lot of clarity and confidence also that whatever we have been doing at Transfer has been validated by you. I mean, you come from such a background. I'm really glad that you just validated my idea. I'm really excited to do more experiments at a larger scale now. So we've been telling these people that next time onwards, we will send you to hire people from these institutes.
Which is
And
great. So let me interrupt you. I think this model can work in hiring as well. So what you
yes,
do is you hire one person, and we know that, and we are working with Gigforce and other companies on, how to hire people effectively. We can do that there as well. You hire one person and you tell that person, get me two more people like you. Okay.
exactly.
Then you're taking advantage of local information. So this person will go and find people who are just as good, and
Right.
that can generate. So I think there's a lot of potential in this model.
Yeah, absolutely. And some what I have seen with these kind of resources that when they see colleagues coming from let's say institute like IITs or NIITs or great institutes, they always have the tendency to learn more and improve upon themselves. They know their limitation and they know what they really need to learn, and they set their target for themselves. And and while doing this exercise, they learn while they work. So work
Yeah.
gives them more exposure as compared to education itself.
Yeah.
Education, you have always have this goal of passing with good marks, achieving good grades, and getting a nice mark sheet. While
But
here,
I think yes. Let me make sure there are two important points you just slipped through. One is learning happens by actually working on real projects. So you didn't just say go and learn Python. You actually gave them
yeah,
actual projects. So the learning
right.
is much more strong. The second important thing, which I can actually attest to, you learn the most when you teach. Let me say it again. The
Yes.
maximum learning happens when you teach something. In fact, I practice this in my life all the time. When I pick up a new topic that looks difficult to me, like I decided to learn blockchain in 2014 and 15. And
Mhm.
the best way for me to learn was to commit that I'm going to teach this class. So I went to my dean at UCLA and I said, let me teach a class on blockchain. That forced me. That forced me to learn the material really, really well. So that is one
Right.
point. So that's the second point. One is you learn by actually doing. Second is teaching is a way of learning.
Learning. Right. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
So this has given Ashwin and I an idea that maybe we can reform the
Mhm.
educational system, at least to some extent. Okay.
Mhm.
So Ashwini, let me try this model on you.
Mhm.
What if we take, let's say, one course, let's say coding.
Okay.
And in coding, your score will depend not only on what you get. So you learn about it, I give you a test, 100 points.
Mhm.
Your provisional score is, let's say, 80 out of 100. You got 80 out of 100, but that's not your final score. Your
Mhm.
final score is going to be now you got to teach two more people. Once
Mhm.
you teach them, see what score they get provisionally. Let's say they get 60 and 80. So I'm going to count your final score as 50% weight on your score, 80 divided by 2,
Mhm.
40, plus the person you taught. Okay, he got 60, so 30 and so on, and then add it all up, and that's my
Okay.
total. So my final score is 50% weight on my test, 25% on student one I taught, and 25% coming from student two. Now I have an incentive to make sure that they work hard as well. What do
Exactly. I mean, excellent idea. I totally agree. So, peer-to-peer learning is key to success. I have seen in a technology arena where you teach a person either below you or your colleague, and then you make them learn. And when you teach, you get to know about your limitation, that how much you have remembered or how much you have to revise. And in technology arena, knowledge becomes outdated very, very quickly. So, by the way of teaching, the experiment at Transerve that what we have seen has produced great results because it is leading to the senior guys, leading them to learn even more
you?
at the same time. So, this experiment has been working really, really great in the small setup. What I feel is that an interesting approach we look forward to implement this duration. I mean, this during this next appraisal cycle, that we would give them target to each of our team leaders and tell them that now you have to learn a certain subject and teach to the junior team
Yeah.
and make sure the junior team does better than you. So
Yes.
your success will be measured on the success of your team, not on your individual score.
Okay. So here's
So
an
this is
idea. Maybe you and I can try it, Ashwini. Maybe we should create something like Coursera. So here's my idea. In Coursera, I'm going to offer you a course. The
Mhm.
fee is, let's say, 100 rupees or $100, whatever. Okay. But that's not your final fee. Your final fee is going to be 100 minus your final score. So if you score more, your fee is less. If you get 100 out of 100, your fee is zero. You pay nothing. If you
Okay.
get 80, your fee is 20. But your final score depends not just on your score, provisional score, but also provisional scores of two other people you taught. So now the incentives are built in. The harder I work, smaller I pay.
Yeah.
You want to give it a try? Shall we set this up?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I'm so excited. I mean, a lot of things to experiment in this field, and I would love to do such an initiative with you, Prof.
Okay. So I think I'm suggesting this even to schools.
Hmm.
Schools don't have to completely scrap what they have, what they can do is they can try it on a 20% basis. So you can say, okay, we're going to stay with the standard things, which hasn't really worked, but let's keep it that way. But maybe one course out of five, 20%, according to something like that. Score them like that. Give them 50% of the score on their score and ask them to teach two other people. And we know this concept from COVID that once you get herd immunity, in this case, there will be herd knowledge.
Knowledge.
Let's check if we are able to spread this knowledge to a large population. So I am very excited about this. I want you folks who are watching this to write back to us and tell us what you think and how you can help. So our model is R greater than 1. Just like a virus, education can spread. If virus can spread, why not education?
Education.
And you don't have to be 100% successful. As long as you're successful more than 50%, if you teach two, R will be greater than 1. So Ashwani, very excited, very happy to work with Transerve, and let's see if we can make this work. Any
Sure,
part,
sir.
Ashwani, any last thoughts?
Well, it is so gratifying to see, when I see the success of Transerve and my own people within Transerve. So I would like to share a couple of success stories when we did this experiment in the company. So a daughter of a marginalized farmer she's developing products that help decision makers improve lives of citizens, and she's totally into it now. She doesn't think anything apart from the product itself. And I consider it a Transerve success and my own success when a young chap from a place like Kopargaon gifted a tractor to his farmer dad when he when he completed few years of his job here. He saved money and then gifted a tractor, which was amazingly gratifying feeling for me.
What a
So
great feeling. What a great feeling. Much more than what money can buy. This satisfaction
absolutely,
that this person made a difference to
yes.
his or her life and to the life of the parent as well.
Right. Yes, absolutely. So I'm really excited to do this experiment with you, Prof. I
Okay.
look forward.
Excellent, Ashwani. Thank you for this insight. We need to have more dinners at places like Kokani. I think ideas come. So
Absolutely.
just to summarize, best way to learn is to teach.
Yeah.
Teach two so that you get virality even if you have less than 50% success, and build in incentives so that your success is measured not just by how you do but also by the people you taught have done. So with these three elements, this is worth a try. I think we need a new model. Ashwini, thank you very much. We will be talking more, and I am excited to hear about. Both of us are excited to hear about what you guys think, and please write back to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.